Hello, and welcome back to another episode of Victory Lane Sports Talk. I'm your host, Noah, and today we will be going over two topics from the sports world, both last weekend and this weekend, in the NASCAR's LA Clash and the NFL's Super Bowl, Super Bowl 57. It's here. All right, so first off, though, I want to kick it off with the LA Clash. So I think that this overall was a pretty good event. The heat races were probably the best part, in my opinion. There's a lot of competitive racing. There were less cars on the track than the main event, and I actually think that produced some more entertaining moments, like the Kevin Harvick versus Chase Elliott battle in that one heat. They're just battling it out right to the line. Um, I think Elliott got into the back of Stenhouse, and that kind of put Stenhouse up into the outside wall or up into that high side, and Elliott got down low, but he just didn't have the speed, and Harvick came in right behind him and beat him to the line by a nose. So I think that was one of the best moments of the night for sure. And as far as the main event is concerned, I think it was a good first half of it for sure. Um, we saw some good racing, some good passing, just like we saw last year. I mean, like I had mentioned in my previous video, um, the new Gen 7 car didn't really perform very well in short track conditions last year, but I think the LA Clash actually performed its best of the year, and that was probably reflected better in the first half than the second for sure, because the second half was very sloppy. There were too many cautions. It's like, every single lap, just a car was spinning out, and you have these restarts where you make one, maybe two turns, and you'd be right into another caution, and it's just a very slow pace for anybody trying to watch the race. Um, I was it was just pretty sloppy racing overall, and I think it was mostly due to the fact that there's so many cars on the track at one time. There's 27 cars inside a football stadium. There's not a lot of space when you get down to it. But in terms of drivers, Ryan Preece had a very impressive showing. He led 43 laps, which was the most out of anybody that race. But he had issues towards the end with his fuel pump, and that ended him up in seventh place. But I think he showed out well for his first race in a Stewart Haas machine, and that will certainly help him gain some ground in the future. In terms of Kyle Busch, now he got wrecked early on in the second half of this race, but he worked his way back to the front to the field and finished third. And RCR actually got the two of the top three spots, as Busch's teammate Austin Dillon finished second. But the main man of the night was Martin Truex Jr., as he broke through after a winless 2022 to win the LA Clash for 2023. And I think he had probably the fastest car all day. And, sometimes the fastest car doesn't win the race, but and at the LA Clash, he certainly did. Truex just looked like he was getting out in front of the field. He was dominating the whole day, and it's pretty much just his race to lose. But like I said, the racing was touchy. There were just too many cars on such a small track. It didn't improve this, or it didn't provide the same racing as it did last year. And NASCAR is actually toying with the idea of making the LA Coliseum a points race. Don't don't do it. It's a risky idea. There's too many wrecks in this race for the sanctioning body to make it points paying. I mean, we're just not. And plus, the pit situation and everything. Like, I don't know how they're going to do that in a points race setting, because it's one thing when it's like Clash and you got these heat races and everything, but are they going to do that when it's a points race too? Because I don't think you can fit 40 cars on there, and 27 was too many. The heat races were fine, but 27 was just too many. So to think that they could possibly put like 40 on there, no way. I think they'd either need to make this exhibition race or just go somewhere else. I don't know. But anyway, moving on to the Super Bowl. First of all, my predictions were completely incorrect in the first video. Oh well. But I still think it would be entertaining to see the Chiefs and the Eagles play against each other, because both teams have great offenses. Both have top five offensive lines too. The Eagles actually have the best in the NFL this year. I think the Chiefs are like number five or something, but we'll see some great play, and obviously the protection that the Eagles O line has provided Jalen Hurts has helped him grow into being one of the better quarterbacks in the league this year. And the Chiefs, they've shown in the past couple of years that you can't really count them out in a big game like this. We remember those that Chiefs-Bills divisional game from a year or two back where they only had 13 seconds left, but they went down the field and got that field goal and won the game. And I mean, we've seen it time and time again. Whenever it seems like the Chiefs are down, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelsey, their offense, they just show up and really surprise people. And I mean, they have a huge margin for error. They can make so many mistakes and still be in a game because of just how versatile their offense is. And in the Super Bowl, it seems like a game the Chiefs can certainly win with the amount of firepower they have. However, the Eagles surprised a lot of people, including myself, 5 years ago when they took down Tom Brady in Super Bowl 52 and his Patriots team, who is probably one of the greatest dynasties in all sports. So I think this will be a competitive Super Bowl, and these teams have been on top of their respective conferences for much of the season. So, we're seeing like a best-on-best matchup between the AFC and the NFC, and we'll just have to wait and see who takes home the crown. But I think it's going to be a great Super Bowl, and I can't wait to see it. And I'm sure many of you guys can't wait to either. So this has been my third episode of Victory Lane Sports Talk. Looking forward to doing many more. And have a great day, guys, and I'll see you later.